Guys, I hope y'all can hear me. I am in the car. Let me turn the AC off because sometimes that makes it, you know. So I just came back from the Matrix. I was in Atlanta, back home now. So I just wanted to touch on something that I saw going viral on um, TikTok. So it's a couple of people that are going viral. I don't know if this is going to make a difference, y'all, but I just unplugged the sound that goes into, let me see. Okay, so that did help. When I unplugged it, it made it more, like you can hear me a little bit better, I think. But anyway, so the Joel Osteen is going viral on TikTok. So I remember we did talk about that on my channel a while back. Somebody came forth and said it happened around 2017, not too long after Harvey, when the whole issue of him, not letting people in the church that were affected by the hurricane, yada, yada. So we were thinking, like, sometimes when you have to file bankruptcy, you can't come back under the same name. So I don't know if he is a person that his name represented his business. Those are always the logical answers, right? So like now Joyce Myers, if she had to file bankruptcy, she's no longer Joyce Myers, she's Joyce Meyer. But again, we talked about this years ago on this channel. But something that is more pressing to me than the name changes, because again, those can be explained away by maybe they're not allowed to use that particular name again because of financial things that they've had to file. So they have to come back and make slight changes to their name so that it's not huge, but it's still, they're able to make money under it. I don't know. Like I said, those would be the absolute logical or, the technicality type answers. However, it also could be a Mandela effect. But the Mandela effect that I wanted to talk about that seems to be so much more pressing in my sphere of Mandela effect influences is that things are going missing. So I'm just starting to notice that I can put something somewhere, and then next thing I know, I go back to that place and it's not there. Again, those could be blamed on logical things. Is this not where you put it or whatever? But the problem is you go back there to find it at that moment and it's not there. But then you return to that same spot and it is there. Things from different timelines are also disappearing. So I used to work at Macy's. And anybody that shopped at Macy's knows that most of the clothes that you buy from there, depending on the style. Okay, so I think I left off at if you've worked or if you've been to Macy's. And if you've purchased clothes from Macy's, most of the time, the stuff that you buy from Macy's is going to last a while. So there were two particular skirts that I had purchased at Macy's that I absolutely loved. There has been clothes that I bought from New York & Company, Macy's, Lane Bryant that have lasted me just about 20 years or more, right? So these skirts were no different. They were very stylish. They were trendy. So you know how it is with trendy, you can bring it in and out of style. So I went, I lived in South Carolina, and I remember having those skirts in South Carolina. I remember wearing those skirts. I moved to South Carolina in 2011. And I moved I think I moved twice in South Carolina, but my stuff was always in storage. So I don't know if somebody went in my storage. I don't know why they would go in my clothes, though, because all of my clothes were missing. But I don't think that that's the case. I think the case is that our things are disappearing along with that timeline. So another thing, books, right? So clothes, okay, maybe it accidentally got put in the Goodwill bag. But books, I generally don't throw away. There are several books that I bought from Joyce Meyer. There are books that I bought from about the Orishas. There's lots of books that I purchased. They have also, I bought the book of Jashar. It is it was a very large book of Jashar out of the Bible. Gone. The Orisha books, gone. And I don't throw away books. These things are disappearing on that timeline. I don't know if anybody else is talking about this. I have seen people saying things like, if you can't find something, go back and check for it in that same place, because sometimes you will find it. But again, things are literally disappearing with the timeline that you got those things on, or that the last time you had any, like with the last time I wore that skirt in South Carolina, I believe I have a picture of me when I wore it to work. And I had my job at the place where I worked all the way until 2021. And I really, why would I throw away that skirt when it was still in great shape, even at that time? Why would I throw away books? Now, maybe the Orisha books, I might have, gotten rid of them just because, some personal reasons. But my religious books, my Bibles, I don't throw away stuff like that. So it is very, very bizarre at best that these things are just disappearing without a trace. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Are y'all going through the same thing? Let me know.